Well, it's Tuesday, August 20th, and I thought I would give you another look at my garden, 2013, and see where things have progressed to as of this point. A lot has changed since my last video. So I'm going to get a little bit closer here. We can see some poblano peppers here. I've picked a few, and there's more coming. Oops, there we go. So I got some basil that surprisingly hasn't bloomed too much. I was surprised it lasted this long, but it has. Here's a block pepper plant. I just picked one off of here today, so there's nothing on it right now. But medium hot block, whatever that means. They're not shaped like a bell pepper, and they're not shaped like a banana pepper. Kind of in between, a little bit like a fat banana pepper. Marigolds are blooming well. We've been having a lot of great tomatoes. You can see some in there, some green ones down there still. So there's growing, lots of color. If you look at the right angle, I may not be getting that. Here's a couple green ones up here. Here's my cilantro, and actually cut a few of those seeds off today, but I'll have a lot of them. Not sure what I'm going to do with them all. If I like cilantro or coriander enough to make use of it all. More tomatoes tucked in here. More marigolds. Over here, you can see how my nasturtium patch has exploded, and it looks really nice. I didn't expect it to get that big. I guess they kind of run a little bit, and that's okay. They look good, although there are some carrot leaves in here. There's a few carrots that are kind of overgrown by the nasturtiums and especially the beans, but they're still producing. In fact, I brought some along here that I dug out this morning. This is just what I pulled out in one spot, and so that's where they're at. Not huge. I'll leave them in the ground longer for the most part, but I can do some eating. Still got a few beet plants scattered in here too, as you can see. And zucchini, we've been having a few zucchini. Not a whole lot, but there's one in there that's growing right now. So Mary will be happy about that. She likes to have them for breakfast, with eggs and mushrooms especially. Horseradish, of course, is huge. Here's my Swiss chard that's been growing this whole time. It's doing great. I haven't eaten probably as much as I should. I've frozen some, but probably should have frozen more. A little bit buggy in there, but some more beets here. Beets have been doing really well. We cooked some up yesterday. Nice big ones, about 3 inches or more in diameter, I think. A couple of them were. Back here we've got carrots mixed in with a tomatillo plant that came up volunteer. Cilantro in back, and all of the tomatoes and everything. Just been watering this section. Here's a blueberry plant. That's the main reason I'm watering. I want to get these things to get solidified in here. There's number 2, number 3, and number 4. A lot of lily of the valley still. It's kind of dying off now. I'm going to get rid of that. Well, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to cut it back and dig it out a lot. A rhododendron, doing well. I cut back this azalea plant significantly, and it's budding well. I just pulled out a bunch of weeds a couple days ago. It's got a cilantro back here, some hosta. They grow like crazy. We got to trim off all of the seed stalks that are coming from the hostas and that are left from the lilies, some other things. And more marigolds here, lilies. Let's see. Yeah, chrysanthemums are kind of crowded out by all these hostas here. And here's what my oregano plant looks like right now. Got chives back here. Didn't show you my other chives. They were kind of hard to get to now. Basil, just getting ready to bloom. The oregano is blooming there. You can see some of the blossoms. And here's a better chrysanthemum plant that's not so choked out. Another calancho, that'll be blooming soon. More hosta. Daylilies are done blooming. Got to cut those seed stalks out. These marigolds are getting pretty tall, backed up by some pole beans, and there's a few of them that are starting now. So in a few days we'll have some to pick. Those are nice small beans coming, and there's a lot of blossoms, so I think we'll get quite a few of those. More hostas. And now I'm by my fruit trees. Here's our little Honeycrisp. That's, I guess, doing okay. I don't know, hasn't grown really well. And here's our Wolf River. We've seen, surprisingly, squirrels running off with apples. Right now, I believe I've got 4 left on here. Here's one of them. There's one up there. One up there. And another one up there. So maybe we'll get enough for some apple crisp. I don't know, or something like that. And here's the Harrelson tree. We've got our one branch that has a bunch of apples on it. It's right in there. Should probably get on the side where the sun isn't, so you can see those. I know that I can through the camera. And over at Yellow Delicious, Golden Delicious, we've got our one apple that, I'm surprised with just one apple that it hasn't grown bigger than that. But that is as it is. And then we've got the peach tree, and it is loaded with peaches. Got to keep an eye on them, so when they're ready, we're ready to do something with them. But I probably should have thinned it out. You can see I've got a brace here by this one branch to keep it from breaking off, because it's a rather thin branch. This one I don't have braced at all, but it's got a lot of peaches on it, hanging low. I'm always surprised that bugs don't get peaches more than what they do. But any day now our pears will be ready to harvest. There's a lot of little ones again. I should probably try and thin them a lot better than what I do. But there's some that look like they're pretty good. The biggest one is right here. It's on this new branch that has sprouted, and I've been kind of taking care of. And that's about the only pear, I think. Well, I guess there's a couple more. Well, no, that's on a different one. I think that's the only pear on this main branch here that's growing out. And so it's looking good. It's not that much larger than the others. And so that's our fruit trees. And now I'm by the red raspberries. And I've got to thin these out, not in the sense of thinning really, but cut back the ones that we're producing this year. Get them out of there. And my black raspberries, those have to be pruned. But there's some of these over on this end I want to propagate. So, got to work on that. And I've got some black raspberries over here too among these weeds. I've really got to thin this out. Get those weeds out and pull out my fence that I use as a harrow too. It's down there stuck in by all the weeds again. And just a quick look at the old manure spreader, why not, with the tractor in the background. And a few horses up here. The big girls are in back of the barn, that is, I believe. And the horse flies have come out. There's one by DQ right now, right by his withers. And way out in back, you can see there's another horse out there. That's Billy. He's brand new. Thoroughbred. And a nice horse. We'll work on getting him in with the herd pretty soon. So, bye horses.